This is, of course, an attempt to overthrow Iran, but it's part of a larger picture. The United States is fighting to this moment for global hegemony, have no doubt about it. This is part of a world war that the U.S. is waging. And the war comes in Venezuela. The war is going to come to Cuba, or is already in Cuba. Yesterday, the president said that the U.S. Would make a friendly takeover of Cuba. The war is in the Middle East. Europe is already a vassal region of the United States. So this is the U.S. Attempting, even in what is actually a multipolar world, to maintain its global hegemony. Of course, when you operate with such extraordinary violence, recklessness, lies, and delusion, the results can be completely catastrophic. So we're in the first hours of something that will have chain reactions across the world. I don't believe this will go well. I think that this is extraordinarily dangerous.
Well, guys, breaking news, and this might be one of the biggest geopolitical developments of the decade, or likely beyond that. Reuters is reporting that Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei was killed in joint U.S.-Israeli strikes, citing a senior Israeli official. Now, there is still no confirmation from Iran, but the signals are getting stronger and stronger by the second. It had been confirmed that Israel was carrying out assassination attempts. Multiple other top figures within the Iranian government and the IRGC have already been taken out, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israeli airstrikes destroyed Khamenei's compound and added that, quote, all indications showed this tyrant is no longer with us. Now, while that is not an explicit confirmation, it is by far the strongest public statement yet from an official Israeli source that suggests that he is dead. Now, where it gets even more significant is that two Israeli TV networks are now reporting that a photograph of Khamenei's body was shown to President Trump as well as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Public broadcaster Kan cited senior Israeli officials saying that Khamenei had been eliminated and that his body was recovered from the rubble of his compound. So, just to repeat all of this very carefully, Israeli outlets are reporting that Khamenei's body was recovered and there are photos of it. However, there is still zero confirmation from Tehran, Iran. Earlier today, the Iranian Foreign Ministry told Sky News that the Supreme Leader and the President were, quote, safe and sound. Abbas Araghchi, who is the Foreign Minister in Iran, told NBC News that they were alive, quote, as far as I know. So, as far as he knows, they're alive, but we don't know. CNN and Fox News at this point have confirmed Khamenei is dead. Khamenei himself has not been seen or heard from since the strikes began. And the satellite imagery we have, and you could go find the photos and videos, it shows that his secure compound in Tehran, the secure compound, was heavily damaged in the initial barrage. So this is kind of like high-stakes information warfare unfolding in real time. I guess we'll have to wait and see or get more confirmation, but from all available sources, it appears that Ayatollah Khamenei is dead.
In case you have no idea why the Iranian people are celebrating the fact that the U.S. and Israel just took out the Iranian regime leader, this will shed some light on the topic.
Again, Iranians are not Arab Islamists. They're Iranians. They've always been Iranians. They have occupied by a regime that is not their own, by a regime that is not speaking their language, by a regime, and let's make that very, very clear, because sometimes it's like hard for us to understand what happens inside of Iran. The Islamist Ayatollahs came to our country, and the first thing that they did, they took our flag and they started to write on it with Arabic writing, which is not Persian. It's not our language on there. They took out our symbol of the lion and the sun and replaced it with an Allahu Akbar Islamic symbol in the middle. Just imagine Islam is taking over Washington, taking the American flag, taking our flag, keeping the colors in there and putting an Islamist symbol on it and an Arabic writing on it. Would you think that's our flag? Would you think, oh, this is the government of America now? You would be like, this is an Arab Islamist jihadist occupation. They took down our flag. Then they started to replace everything that's Iranian. Our ministries, our churches, our synagogues, our Jewish community. We had the biggest Jewish community inside of the Middle East, outside of Israel. They wiped them out. They wiped out our Christians, our Zoroastrians. They forced people to convert to Islam. They changed our language in our schools. They started teaching Arabic. Our national anthem, they replaced the national anthem with some weird anthem that no Iranian can even identify with, because every other word of it is Islamic.
47 years of oppressive occupation, and now the head of that oppression is gone. That's why they're celebrating.